Everyone, today's guide isn't about any specific hero, but instead about the champion class heroes in general, and one particular item that can completely break the game and turn it into easy mode on any difficulty when you get your champion's hands on it. Now, beginning with champions in their current state of the game, they have one of the most broken abilities as the foundation of their playstyle, and this is their Tier 1 ability, Rage. Rage applies a stacking buff of damage for every kill that your champion secures, and this buff lasts for 2 turns. This allows it to stack with kills received on a previous turn and get a larger ball rolling. With upgrades, the buff becomes plus 15% damage per kill and can last 3 turns, though in a lot of cases you won't need this extra turn because of the third upgrade here, gain 1 AP per kill. Now on its own, this is nothing broken, and may just let you get a couple extra attacks in if you position your AoEs appropriately. However, the game offers a fair amount of gear that also provides AP per kill. This makes it very attainable to have your champion gaining as much AP as it takes to use their abilities, or more, on each of their kills. When this is the case and you're netting even or positive AP gain per kill, it makes it much easier to run around and essentially just hit everything and kill them all in a single turn. The stacking bonus damage just starts reaching crazy numbers, and you're doing high triple digits, and nothing, even on very hard, is going to have that much health. Many of you, I'm sure, are aware of this combo, especially if you've seen my Black Knight guide. There are two sort of counters to champions, however, and this cheesy combo. The first one is the Lost faction. The Lost don't grant AP per kill until you kill them in their resurrecting state. If you down them, that does nothing. You then have to spend a second attack on them to kill them, unless you have some sort of item that instantly kills an enemy when they drop below 15% health. There are some weapons or other items like that. But this extra attack on them many times does create such an AP sink per target that you won't be full clearing unless there's a bunch of revenants or banshees or zombies mixed in there as well, as they don't resurrect. So downing them the first time is all it takes, and that can kind of help buffer in between the skeletons. The second sort of counter is distance. Champions have 0 mobility in most cases. This means they're physically going to have to run from enemy to enemy to enemy, and it's this running distance that can slow down this combo, because if you're having to spend 5 AP running to a target, but you only get 4 AP back per kill, you're going to be losing 1 AP on each of these kills, and you may eventually peter out. So very spread apart enemies can negate this. If you have enough AP per kill to compensate for this running, it can work, but then we're getting into, needing a lot more specific gear and that kind of stuff, but in general, distance. The only sort of exception to this, though, is the Black Knight, as I've mentioned before. Due to his leap attack, he counters this weakness very strongly, and that's why I say in the current state of the game, he's probably the best champion. Now, let's say you're not running Tyrant, and you don't have the Black Knight. There's still an item you can get that will completely negate and counter this mobility weakness, and, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, break the game. And that is this item here, the Wreath of Bebd. On this one item alone, you gain a whopping 3 AP per kill. You combo this with your Rage, that's already 4 AP per kill, means you're going to be netting even on your basic swings when you kill something. It adds even more stacking damage to the Rage bonus, meaning you can get the ball rolling that much faster, and you teleport from one target to the next after you kill your current target, meaning you're spending 0 AP on any movement to reach an enemy within 8 tiles of your last kill. The -2 AP from your starting pool is completely irrelevant, especially if you have something like a Sage to use Inspire. I have some gameplay prepared for you guys to show off the craziness of Rage and the Wreath of Bebd, so let's jump into that. So for the first gameplay example, we have Besieged by the Undead. It's one of the first endgame missions you're going to unlock after you beat the story. It's against a bunch of Lost. However, you can see this is just a bunch of zombies, so they're not going to be resurrecting on us. This first example is mostly just to show what kind of crazy numbers you can reach with the Rage ability. As they're so densely packed, we're clearly not going to be needing the teleport ability on the Wreath. I have a separate fight coming up after this to really show off how useful this teleportation ability can be. Alright, so this first turn, we're just going to put up some buffs, start putting in some chip damage. Since this is on very hard, most of the time you're not going to get the snowball rolling on the very first turn. It's usually going to be at the start of your second turn. Alright, got one target softened up for our second turn. So I'm just going to do a little more softening up before we get over to our sweeper, the White Knight. Put a weapon buff on him. Alright, let's get started. Alright, and there, just cleared out that pack. You notice some of them weren't quite going down in one hit, but because of the ones that we were able to get the kills on, especially since we got the ball rolling with a couple of super low health targets, it didn't really matter if we needed to put a second hit on some of them, and by the time we cleared out that group, the teleportation helped a little bit, saved a little AP here and there, but we're ending that clear with 50 AP. And doing just absurd damage. Now let's go ahead and run over here to this last group of stragglers. And we can afford it. Still have 40 left, and we're hitting him. 880, 960. You see the damage going up after just one kill each. 1049, 1139. Now, as we get this last kill, let's just check the damage percentages on these attacks. Basic swing, 2650%, 2152%, 3605%, 3052%. So we do this power attack here. Let's see how hard we're about to hit him. 2351. 2351 damage from rage stacking just all of those kills. And keep in mind, this White Knight isn't even level 25 yet. He doesn't even have fully level 20 gear yet that I would normally have him set up as when I go into my standard build guides. That's just rage. The gear is mostly an enabler to help get that rage ball rolling faster, but as it currently stands, rage is going to be responsible for 99.9% of your damage once you get to the state of the fight where you're doing this kind of stuff. For the second fight, I'm playing mission Woodland Vermin, again one of the first endgame missions you'll get after beating the story. I have the difficulty turned down to normal, that's why you'll notice some smaller health pools. I did this so that way I don't have to waste as much time doing some setup turns, and we can try and keep them in the spread out position as much as possible so we can really see more of that teleportation ability on the Wreath and how much of a difference it can make if you don't have some insane amount of AP per kill because you got unlucky. So, you know, if you only have a smaller, like 2 or 3, or if you only have the Wreath, so 4 for the netting even. So let's just go ahead and show that off. We're going to be starting with this archer over here since he has the lowest amount of health. Alright, now you saw that teleport. He moved 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 AP worth of squares. He has 12, so if he had to move that, he would be down to 6. Thankfully, this being on normal, he would still have enough to keep going. As you can see, the huge amount of AP he's saving. I mean, that time, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're saving huge amounts of AP moving from spot to spot. And on higher difficulties, where the targets may have more health, like this target here may have required 2 hits instead of 1, and then this one requiring more than 1 hit, that can really add up and save you tons of AP. That is why this item is broken. All of your AP is going strictly to attack, so you can be much more loose with just pumping in your cooldowns. There you have it. 2 examples, one showing the huge amount of distances that the Wreath can cover, conserving even more AP, making this combo that much more broken, and just the crazy numbers that champions can reach off of their rage stacking bonus alone. If you can find items that increase that even further, like the Wreath does with this extra +2 per kill, you'll be reaching even more insane numbers. My personal record is 3,100, a little over 3,100 damage in a single hit. I have a clip of that up. It's just absolutely bonkers. Now, if you want to maintain a level of challenge in your games, like I do, I actually don't use the Wreath. It is fun to use from time to time, but on the whole, it is not really my go-to item. I prefer to have something else that just feels more balanced. That being said, the devs have mentioned in the official King Arthur Discord that they do plan to nerf AP per kill, and this will be coming out in the next patch. I forget the exact details they said on how they were nerfing it. I think something about it only being able to trigger once. I can't remember if this was once per round or once per fight. I'm assuming it's once per round, as once per fight would just completely kill it, and I wouldn't see much point in it being an ability. So if it is once per round, then that means essentially on this current White Knight layout that I have here, 2, 3, 6, and then his blessed weapon giving him 7. He's getting 7 AP per kill. He would essentially get the 7 extra AP from his first kill, and then that's it for the round. So with that extra 7 AP, he can get in almost 2 extra attacks. Depending on how much AP he has left over of his first one, that may actually enable him to get in a second extra attack, math. So that's still pretty good. You're still getting extra attacks in and potentially more kills in. You just won't be able to snowball it. Now in practice, obviously I'm not sure how this is going to play out, if this will feel super underwhelming. It'll feel like they were nerfed too hard because you won't be getting nearly as many kills for the rage bonus, and it'll definitely make this +1 per turn upgrade much more necessary, I think. But I'm pretty excited to see how that change will play out for the balance. I'm hoping champions will still be really fun and still really strong without being as broken as they are now. No news on when that patch is going to come out, as they've said that their current priority is fixing some optimization issues, some graphic issues, issues that are causing some players' games to crash. But once they're done fixing and sorting out some of that technical stuff, which seems like it won't take too much longer based on how they've been relaying the information, they are going to be putting out a bounce patch. Until then, have as much fun as possible with this crazy AP per kill combo builds. I should have some more standard character specific builds coming out again starting tomorrow. I've been having to obviously play through the game myself to unlock newer characters and get characters high enough level to really show off. That being said, thanks for watching.